So, Radiohead?
Oh no, Papa's dead, long live Pop. It died an ugly death by back catalog. And now you know, I guess you know well. And now you know you really.
However you personally feel about Radiohead, it's undeniable the influence they've had on the medium as a whole, with genre-bending and defying albums like OK Computer and In Rainbows, both of which are considered to be some of the greatest albums ever made. Before the launch of OK Computer in 1997, Radiohead had two other albums, the first of which was Pablo Honey in '93 that cemented the band into the alt-rock scene with the song Creep and other notable singles like Thinking About You and Anyone Can Play Guitar. I'd also like to shout out Blowout, it doesn't get enough love. The second album they released came out in 1995 and was called The Bends. Named after the only track they had recorded at the time, The Bends went on to become one of the most iconic albums of the mid-90s, with songs like High and Dry and Just getting airtime on the radio, and tracks like Fake Plastic Trees and My Iron Lung getting put into movies of the time. The album also features enough B-sides to double the length of the album, and some of those songs also made it into film soundtracks. Although it's most evident in the album's fourth track, the whole project is about the group's grievances with the fake plastic world they live in. Seeing as I don't have time to cover every song, I've handpicked 3 tracks that really drive this point home for us to discuss. The first track is the album's title track, The Bends. The very first line from the song is "Where do we go from here?" which is frankly just a rather helpless way to start off the fairly upbeat track. After a couple more average Radiohead lines about being lonely and depressed, we get to the second verse and pre-chorus, both of which are a major proponent to driving my point home. I need to wash myself again to hide all the dirt and pain, cause I'd be scared that there's nothing underneath. And who are my real friends? Have they all got the bends? Am I really sinking this low? My baby's got the bends. Oh no, we don't have any real friends. No, no, no. Obviously this guy's got some issues. But to be fair, so do I. He's clearly crooning about how society presses us to have that perfect outside, to have a cover to be judged by, to look like you've got it all together, even though no one really does. The next thing on Tom's list of qualms is concerns for who are my real friends. This ties in super well with the rest of the verse, really helping cement the themings of insecurity and anxiety that living in a fake plastic world brings. In the song, he uses the metaphor of the bends to describe getting left behind or dropped by friends as they all float up and away at an unsafe pace, while leaving Tom to sink lower and lower into himself. The following track, titled High and Dry, follows this sort of yearning for that real non-plastic relationship, warbling the lyrics,
Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry.
but the biggest benefactor to my analysis of this album is the Bends' fourth track, Fake Plastic Trees. Honestly, I could just read out the lyrics and you could get what I'm talking about without any analysis needed, but I'll jump around to the main points. The song starts off slow and sad, dripping in Walla with lyrics criticizing the earth for being fake and plastic. Then a few verses down sings about how she lives with a broken man, a cracked polystyrene man. Throughout the song, Tom here is yearning for this she, and after about 2 minutes of build-up, the song breaks into this testament to her, saying, she looks like the real thing, she tastes like the real thing, my fake plastic love. Song, Tom says, and if I could be who you wanted all the time. There aren't any further lyrics to get a definite takeaway to what he's implying, but personally, I find it to be obvious. He clearly loves this she, but can't be what she wants, not all the time, and therefore not ever. In conclusion, the narrative of the album as told by these 3 songs is that of a hopeless man searching for something real in the fake plastic world that we live in. And to think that this came out 30 years ago and isn't a take on the modern world. Okay, please be 5 minutes.